What is true horror? It's not always fangs and claws. Sometimes it's a quiet idea that picks apart your sense of reality. These are villains who want power and those who want to watch the world burn. But a rare few want to prove this world was never worth saving in the first place. They don't just kill heroes, they break them, leaving behind an empty shell. Today we're breaking down 4 architects of despair: the cosmic dread of the void, the absolute control of Makima, one of the best manipulators, Johan Liebert, and the evasive paranoia of the intruder. We're going to explore what makes them so good and not just defeating their heroes, but systematically dismantling them by turning our own hopes and fears into weapons. First up, we got a villain who ain't even really a person. It's more like a messed up idea brought to life: the Void. To get the Void, you first gotta know about his other half, the Sentry, one of Marvel's strongest heroes. This dude, Robert Reynolds, got blessed with the power of millions of exploding suns, but all that power came with a dark side, a twisted reflection. The Void is a whole other evil personality born from Bob's own mental struggles and self-hatred. The Void's terror is cosmic and absolute. His powers aren't just throwing hands, they're erasing reality itself. But his real weapon is all in your head. His shadowy tentacles get all up in your head and make you relive your worst messed up memories. The Void doesn't just want to beat you up. He wants you to feel total despair as he wipes you from existence. This is what makes him so devastating to the Sentry. The Void is an internal fight made terrifyingly real. Every single time Bob uses his power, he's risking unleashing this being of pure destruction. It's a non-stop war with his inner demons, cranked up to the world-ending threat. The Void turns his friends against him and makes him question his own sanity, tearing his life apart by making his existence a curse. The horror of the Void is like looking in a mirror and seeing a straight up monster and then realizing that the monster has been inside you the whole time. So if the Void is about terror inside yourself, Makima is all about the terror of somebody else having all the control. From Chainsaw Man, she seems like this cool, charming devil hunter, but really she's the control devil, and the way she operates is sneaky and messed up, kind of like real life abuse. Makima's power is absolute, but she barely has to ever flex it. She goes after vulnerable people, especially our main guy Denji, a boy who's known nothing but pain. She finds him at his absolute lowest and offers him everything he has ever dreamed of: a home and someone who cares. But that kindness is a trap. Makima uses straight up psychological abuse. She love bombs Denji, showering him with affection until he can't even feel good about himself without her. Once he's hooked, she isolates him by getting rid of every other friend he makes. And I'm looking at her go, and it's crazy. She wanted to use Chainsaw Man's power to erase concepts she didn't like: death, war, even bad movies, to make a perfect world that was completely under her control. Makima is terrifying because she turns love into a leash and makes the hero a willing player in his own downfall. The next villain, he ain't even got superpowers. His only power is his brain and trust. It's more destructive than any demon out there. This is Johan Liebert from Monster, a good looking, charismatic dude who can charm pretty much anyone. But behind that smile is nothing, a complete belief that nothing matters. Johan's goal is to prove that life is meaningless. He barely ever kills people himself. Instead, he just whispers. He finds the darkness hiding in somebody's heart and feeds it until it takes over them completely. He can understand you so well that he mirrors your deepest traumas, earns your trust, and leads you to destroy yourself. This dude once talked an entire orphanage full of kids into killing each other. All he did was talk them to do it. That's insane. The hero of the story, Dr. Tenma, saved Johan's life when he was a kid. And for doing the right thing, Tenma's entire life gets destroyed. Johan sees Tenma as the complete opposite of him, a guy who thinks every life has value and makes it his mission to corrupt him. He frames Tenma for murders and sets up these crazy experiments to test his morals, all to prove that even the best of us will turn into a monster if you push them far enough. The terror of Johan is the terror of an idea, a virus for your mind that proves the craziest evil doesn't need a monster, just a whisper in the right ear. Alright, for our last villain is from the indie horror game No, I'm Not a Human. This is the Intruder, and the horror here comes from a crazy choice you gotta make. This game is set in a world wrecked by solar flares where going outside during the day will kill you. At night, survivors have to find shelter, but the darkness has visitors or evil demons that look just like people. The intruder is a very powerful visitor who stalks your house when you're all by yourself, asking one simple question: you alone? If you answer yes, you're dead. This sets up a terrifying choice to survive the intruder. You can't be alone. You have to open your door to strangers, knowing that any one of them could be a monster wearing a human face. The horror of the intruder is the horror of being forced into paranoia. He doesn't just attack you physically, he messes with your head so you can't trust anybody. Every knock on the door is a gamble. Is it another survivor, or is it just another monster wearing their skin? He turns your own home into a pressure cooker of suspicion and makes you bet your life on your own gut feelings. He breaks his victims by proving that even though being alone is a death sentence, trusting someone else might even be scarier. What makes these villains so terrifying for real is that they tap into our deepest fears about life itself. The Void makes the hero afraid of himself. Makima makes the hero afraid of connecting with people. Johan makes the hero afraid to even hope. And the intruder makes us scared of a choice between two evils: dying alone for sure, or maybe getting betrayed by the people you let in. They don't leave behind craters and rubble. They leave behind psychological scars on their heroes and on us. So let me know which one is worse, or type down a villain that wasn't in a video that would fit this criteria. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.